Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you have to leave like 45 minutes early,
Yeah.
even for a 10-minute ride.
Exactly.
So a lot of the activities on campus are actually student run.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
all of them.
all-
That's the point of, I would say, like coming to the US for like
Yeah.
an undergrad experience, just because of how much there is to get involved.
So I'm Tanvi. I'm an undergraduate student here at Rutgers.
Hi, I'm Khushi. I'm from Mumbai, India originally.
There's like a new building here specifically for like the Rutgers like Formula One team.
Yeah. What made you make that choice?
So I did high school in India. Tuition was cheaper, a lot more multidisciplinary.
Right.
Like it's like an LLC, like a learning living community. And so
If you are planning to study in the US, watch the video until the end and subscribe to the channel.
So hi, good morning everyone. Here we are at the Rutgers University. We are at the Bush Student Center, and today we are going to be around here on campus of Rutgers University with Tanvi. I'm going to tell you and show you about various programs and various facilities that Rutgers University has to offer in New Jersey. It has got a big and sprawling campus. Let's meet Tanvi shortly and then start our tour of Rutgers University. Hey guys, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Hi. How are you, both of you?
Good.
Hi. So, can you both introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about where you are from and what are you doing at Rutgers?
Yeah, so I'm Tanvi. I'm an undergraduate student here at Rutgers. I'm from New Jersey and I'm studying cognitive science here.
Cognitive science.
Yes.
Great. How about you?
Hi, I'm Khushi. I'm from Mumbai, India originally. I came here last year when I was starting undergrad. I'm also majoring in cognitive science, but I just decided that I'm going to double major in journalism and media studies. And so that's my background.
That's very interesting, especially for all those students who are looking to come to the US, how you can actually shift your interest because as high schoolers, we may not essentially know what we are keen on.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have the flexibility here to kind of change
Exactly.
directions as you learn and more. So great guys, great to have you both. And so we'll be just going around the Rutgers University. I'm your tourist for the day, and I'll try to see what all we can see around Rutgers. So just happy to be here with both of you,
Yeah.
and let's just see your campus.
Okay. So we can start here. This is the student center.
So we are right now at the student center.
Yeah. So this is where people come to study. They'll come to grab a bite. If you don't want to eat at like the dining halls on campus, there's some restaurants here. Yeah, so people just come here to study. A lot of clubs have meetings here. There's a bunch of offices, like resources for students also. And then if we go this way, there's like a bunch of lounges for different students also. So I know there's one international student lounge. There's a commuter lounge for people who don't necessarily live on campus. If they need a place to relax between classes, they can stay there.
So this campus is a little bit remote, right? We are at the New Brunswick campus.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're at Rutgers New Brunswick. This is the Bush campus. So this
Yeah.
is kind of where where the engineering classes are.
Yeah.
The football stadium is here. So it is kind of remote, I would say, from the other campuses.
But this, as Bush is part of the New Brunswick campus and this
Yeah.
is the highest ranked part of Rutgers
Rutgers,
University.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, as we go here,
There's
there's
four
like
campuses in Rutgers and New Brunswick specifically. So there's
Yeah.
College Avenue, Livingston, Bush, and Cook Douglas.
Good.
so
That's
yeah.
also, I think, one thing.
Yeah, so we can exit this way actually, and then we can see the engineering buildings.
Okay.
So this is like the international lounge. So that's the name of it. So a lot of people come here. They can meet other international students as well.
So how do you guys get around campus? I mean, I know when you have a car.
Yeah, so I have a car, and then
I just go around using the Rutgers buses. They have a good elaborate system of just like they're really frequent and they're really elaborate. They make you like there's stops like literally every single place.
So you
it's,
can
like,
just
fine.
take the university bus
yeah,
around.
the buses
and,
are free.
The buses are free, yeah, obviously. But then they get crowded when there's like peak class
Peak class
times.
time.
But it's fine. You can navigate around
I
it.
hope you've figured out your way of reaching your classes on time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
I-
you have to leave like 45 minutes early,
Yeah.
even for a 10-minute ride.
Exactly. But
We
it
also
works
have
out.
like scooters. They have like new electric scooters. People use them to get around, also like within like
Yeah.
a campus.
Okay.
So this is one of the newer buildings here. This is the Richard Weeks Engineering. So a lot of the engineering classes are here, math classes. We could go inside too.
Did you guys have any math classes as part of your undergrad program? Did
Yeah,
you
so
guys
we
any
have to
classes here?
take, it's called like the SAS core, which is like they want you to try to take as many different classes as you
Yeah.
can. So you have to, there's like core codes, so it's like quantitative,
Yeah.
like history, so you have to take a couple courses from each.
Yeah.
So you can test out of it if you took it in high school, let's say, and you can take college credits in high school, like the
Okay.
AP exam. But most people have to take at
And
least
cognitive science comes under which department?
The School of Arts and Sciences.
Yes.
School of Arts and Sciences.
Yeah.
So your campus is slightly away from here.
well, Rutgers, it's like a bunch of classes are like everywhere. Like your
Yeah.
first year, you have classes like no
Uh-huh.
matter where, and then as you grow, like when you go into like the specialized classes, it's like all my classes this time are on like College Avenue,
Okay.
but like before I had a lot. Do you want to go inside?
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is some of like the actual like engineering labs where they work on projects. They build like machines, models. I don't think we're allowed inside there, but like as you can see, like the mechanical engineering department is here, I think.
And they have
So-
like these, they're building, I think a lot of people
Yeah,
are working on cycles, like electric cycles.
There's actually a new building here specifically for like the Rutgers like Formula One team.
Yeah.
So over there they build like race cars too. So yeah, this is the
So
engineering.
guys, tell me, I mean, Tanvi, like you chose to study at Rutgers and you picked cognitive science. What made you make that choice?
So I live in New Jersey, and if Rutgers is a state school, so you get subsidized tuition if you're
Right.
from New Jersey. So that was like a big part because I applied to a lot of other schools. I was between this and the University of Maryland,
Okay.
and for mine, like
Which
they were
campus of Maryland?
College Park.
College Park.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a pretty good school too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were both like ranked like I would say similar.
Yeah.
Maryland had their computer science program was a little higher, and then I think I just decided like I could do my master's like
Right.
somewhere else and just
So it's
like
closer to home.
closer to
and,
home. Yeah.
No debt.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I was originally a computer science student,
Okay.
so then I switched to cognitive science.
Oh, really?
I think I didn't like all in computer science. It was like a lot of like technical stuff, and I feel like in cognitive science I learned like the reasoning behind it, like how people make decisions, what
Right.
leads to it. So that was really interesting to me. It
So
kind of
you
combines
also
both.
kind of changed
Yeah, I
your
did,
focus
uh-huh.
since you came in here.
I think that's like the difference in India. I think from high school you have to like be in the same like
Yeah, I picked
Stream,
I
right?
took
Yeah.
materials engineering, and I never understood I could say that, but for 4 years.
yeah.
And yeah, I did graduate at the top of my class, but I didn't like it that
Yeah.
much, you know, and I'd never worked in that domain, but I couldn't have changed it. Or there was a very, very slim possibility. Now I have both of you, and I mean, who have changed your majors in this. So that's phenomenal. And so tell me a little bit about you, Khushi, and you know, how did you end up, we can continue walking.
Oh yeah, of course.
How did you end up coming here?
Oh, okay.
Where we came from.
So I did high school in India. Obviously, I mean, all
Where
my
did you
life
go
was
to
in
high
India.
school?
Podar International in Mumbai.
Okay.
I did A levels, and so because I knew I wanted to come to the U.S. And when you do like an international high school education in India, you have credits that transfer when
Yeah.
you come to the U.S. So I came in with 12 credits.
Okay.
And so that really helped me out. And so I'm at higher like academic standing here just
Yeah.
because I came in with a bunch of credits. And so that only happens when you do IB and A levels.
Right.
So that was part of it. And yeah, I always just knew I was going to come to the US because I had
Okay.
family here. My brother
Yeah.
was here.
You have an elder brother?
Yeah, I do have an elder brother,
Okay.
yeah.
What is he doing?
He's a computer scientist in Chicago.
Okay, so he's already completed his studies.
He
and,
has, yeah.
And he's working there.
So that's nice.
So you didn't think of going to Chicago?
Not really. I could not like plan my like career goals around like where he was, and so I really liked Rutgers. I wanted to do cognitive science since day one,
Okay.
and so I was deciding between UCSD, which is University of San Diego,
Diego, yeah.
California, and Rutgers. But then I ended up here at Rutgers just because tuition was cheaper. Also, the program is much better. I wouldn't say it's better. It's just a lot more multidisciplinary.
Right.
And so I really needed that. UCSD would have been a lot more STEM focused, which I didn't really want to do considering my interest in media, journalism as well.
Yeah, now you were sharing that you
Yeah.
are looking to
Double major, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm excited for that. I'm looking for internships in the city, so it's really close to New York City, so that's
Right.
really nice. But yeah, it's been really cool.
The pharmacy school is also on this campus, so Rutgers School of Pharmacy. That's a 6-year degree instead of a 4-year. For that program, I think it's your first 2 years are undergrad, kind of, and the next 4 is like graduate school.
So we have like, one is of course you mentioned it was the main engineering building, and then
Yes.
now we have, various specializations which are there.
If you look there, those are some of like the suites, so like the dorms on campus. This one,
The one that says Thomas.
Thomas More. So this is called like the Bush Suites. You typically stay here after your first year. Like most first years are required to stay in like a traditional dormitory, which is like you just get a room, 2
Yeah.
people, and then there's like communal bathrooms. This one, I lived in this building, Thomas. So this is, it's like one suite. You get 3 rooms and like 2 people in each room.
Okay.
There's a small little like living area with like 2 couches and a bathroom. So that's like you get your own bathroom
Own
you can share with 6
En suite, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people like end up living here because it's one of like the on-campus
Right.
opportunities, like where you could get.
Right now, Khushi, you are staying in one of these
No, I
accommodations?
live in a dorm.
You live in a dorm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But you're in the honors college,
I'm
so
in the
that's like a
honors college.
residential.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
So the honors college works a little differently just because it's like it's like an LLC, like a learning living community, and so I think it's like a lot of like students who got like good grades in high school that get into the honors college, and so you live with,
Okay,
like,
so you got good grades, huh?
So you live with 500 other freshmen
Okay.
in the same dorm. They're really good dorms. You have AC because not a lot of dorms in Rutgers have AC, and so
I
it
think you
gets
need
really
heating more than
It gets
the.
really hard in the summer, but it's
Okay,
only
really
like,
gets hot as well?
yeah, like 1 month or so.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
it gets colder, so it's fine.
But those dorms are like newer, so it's like they're kind of
Yeah,
the
so
best ones.
Best one,
Exactly, the
yeah.
honors college is pretty cool. Yeah, you get to live there in freshman year, but then you have to vacate in the second year just because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be just for freshmen so they can interact with each other.
Right.
But then I got a mentor position in the same dorm, so now in my second year I get to live there again, and I get
Okay.
to like just,
Help
like,
the new kids.
help
yeah,
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
kids. Yeah.
No, you are
it's
helping, I think, many more through this interaction as well.
Yeah, right.
And thanks for doing that. But how much does it cost to live in that new on campus
On
here?
campus is
It costs more
known to
than
be
you would-
expensive.
Like
yeah.
a lot of people like end up staying off campus downtown in like a house or some
Yeah.
apartments. The thing was like the rent is sometimes a little high, but if you live like on campus, you're required to purchase a meal plan because
Right.
like these dorms don't have kitchens.
Right.
So and it's like the minimum meal plan is like 120 meals, which seems like a lot for the semester, but
Right.
you don't end up using it, and then overall it costs like $20 per meal just for the meal. So you could
Okay.
do the math like.
So
about,
it becomes so the meal with the meal plan it becomes more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's like a fixed rate. Like if you live in the dorm, it
Yeah.
like shows up on your tuition. For this one, I believe it was like
$1,000.
8,000 for the whole.
8,000
like
for the whole
like
year?
the 2 semesters.
Okay.
Not including the meal plan.
Not
and
including
the meal
that.
plan was like an extra.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially as Indian kids, I think we prefer eating our own food,
Yeah.
right? You
So the
can't-
food is like not that personally. Like I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, there's
How
a
about
lot
you?
more dining options now.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they've opened like a few like retail options where you can just go in and like there's only lunch places, there's only dinner places, there's places you can just go get something, leave, and so I don't like the dining halls personally, like the main dining halls.
Yeah.
But I like these options a lot, so I
Okay.
end up going
Yeah,
to these.
there's some like I think on College Ave, like the downtown
Yeah.
area. There is something called the atrium,
Mm-hmm.
which like you could use your meal slice, and it's like kind of like
a food court.
yeah, like a food court. So
But do you cook, Khushi? or
No, so the honors college does not have a kitchen.
They also
so
don't have a
I have
kitchen, yeah.
no way to cook, so I'm only reliant on whatever's on campus.
So, but
I
you-
used to live off campus in like
right.
an apartment. And over there I had like a kitchen. So.
Yeah, okay.
But like the downside to that is it's a little bit far from like the buses. You have to like walk,
Right.
and because it's like in New Brunswick, so it's
Right.
technically it's not part of the university at all, like that whole area.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like difficult to maneuver. Also, some people like live very far.
And I think as undergrads, I mean, you guys have so many activities and so many things to do apart from just studying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so much, time is very precious.
Yeah. There's like a lot of
Yeah.
clubs here. People do sports.
Do you guys play any sports or do any extracurricular activities otherwise?
I used to. I used
Yeah.
to be part of this like Indian club.
Okay.
I guess
The
it was just,
Bollywood
like,
nights.
yeah, they have that. So I used to go to
they-
their events. They had like Garbo night. They would
Yeah.
always have like, I guess like not like famous singers, but like
Yeah.
like Mickey Singh. He came and performed like a couple times. So they'd always try to do that. I feel like it's very like, you have a community like in the sense like no matter like where you're from, like you'll meet people like similar to you.
I'm pretty involved on campus too. Just a couple of things that I do. I write for the Daily Targum, which is like the Rutgers newspaper.
Wow, that's
And
pretty
so
cool.
I write bi-weekly. That's pretty cool just because of my interest in the field. I also, I'm in the student council, the Rutgers Student Council, so we make like legislative decisions on what goes on campus,
Right.
where the lights should be placed, where the CCTV cameras should be placed, stuff like that. What else am I in? I'm in the cognitive science club, so that's pretty cool. So I get to decide like just stuff about cognitive science, like what the student opinion is. It's pretty cool.
So a lot of the things, activities on campus are actually student run.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
all of them.
all
They're
of them.
That's the point of it.
Right.
Just like the fact that they're student run and no like influence from like the faculty.
The faculty, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it also is gives you a lot of exposure. That's also part of the
Yeah.
learning that is there.
Exactly. And
So-
it's like that's the part of like that's the point of I would say like coming to the US for like
Yeah.
an undergrad experience just because of how much there is to get involved with. I think there's like 800 clubs on campus.
Wow.
So there's something for
Everyone.
everyone.
And you could also start your own.
You
club.
can
You
start
Oh
your
yeah,
own.
that's there too.
So great. I think we have seen the Bush campus here.
We can go to Livingston.
We can go to Livingston, but Livingston we can't walk. We have to drive there.
Oh yeah, it's like a 30-minute walk, but we don't want to do that.
If you found this useful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel.